All right. It's a new day, baby.
Oh, yeah.
It's a new day. Actually, this day is almost over, but it was still a new day.
Well, prepping for tomorrow, that's always good.
Yes, especially if you're doing something special. Yeah, so we're doing something special tomorrow for the next couple days. So, but I did want to get to another video before we got busy. And there she is, of course. Hello. Hello. So a lot of great comments from the last video. As I mentioned, we are trying to sort of move forward from the space out thing that we that crazy mind bending, whatever the hell that was.
Talking.
I'm gonna have to stop and start again.
All right. Here she goes. All right.
Dog is that. Hey, can you tell us quickly? Just tell us about that particular shirt that you're wearing. Is there anything to that shirt or?
I've had it a long time, and I've had people try to talk me out of it, and it's just one of those that I don't believe in lucky stuff, but it's one of my keepsakes. I mean, it's got holes burned in it and stuff, but just for me trying to iron it.
Well, for a minute I was thinking it was from the Jules Holland show, but it wasn't.
No, this is not this one.
That was the blue one. So that was
the blue one. I could put two of me in the blue one.
You were a little hefty, weren't you?
I was getting a little hefty there. Had to pull the brakes on.
Been there.
Yeah.
Nothing like a fat 14-year-old.
No, never grow up.
Excuse me, that was just me talking about me, okay?
Yeah, and get slim,
Anyway. Stop that.
My pants used to be, my mother, I guess she thought I was going to be 6'4" by the time I was 10, She used to get pants that were that much too long for me. I've got some photos of me with my pants rolled up.
8-inch cuffs.
Oh yeah, it's like a big roll around. I don't know what she thought, But anyway, that has nothing to do with this shirt. No. It's just one of my favorite shirts. It's a keeper, I've had it for a long time.
That's awesome.
Well,
let's get right into things. I wanted to again thank everybody for all the great comments. I'm trying to reach everything and read all the stuff that people have been asking about. We'll get to the B3. We will do that. And, of course, everybody always loves to hear that. We just don't know where we're putting it yet. And
we're just moving stuff around in here still.
Yeah, we may just have to go back in the same room that we were in. But that and also some other questions were, have you heard, I know we haven't yet, we haven't heard the new mix of the first solo record of Eric's, the Delaney mix?
No.
I mean, I've heard that. I heard that a long time ago.
There's a Clapton thing as well, another album out, and then there's another one, that's the best of, I don't know.
Do you know why they didn't use Delaney's mix? Now, what he told me, he was just upset that they didn't do it, but do you have any idea why that happened?
No, all I know is when those people cut you out, you cut out. It's their business to cut you off in every area,
Oh yeah.
So I would imagine it had something to do with the way Delaney was conducting himself,
Yeah, but it's nice for that to come out now. As I said, I heard it. Yeah. I heard it many, many times.
It's really good. Delaney's ears were more in tune like mine. We're all from the late 60s, 70s way of listening. Just real, I like a little noise and, and that kind of thing. A little tape noise. And
the analog. It's warm. It's warm. It's round. it's not.
It's rich. It moves you.
Yeah, and of course, people have been talking about that very thing, that the digital world has really just flattened everything out. It has. But we have to learn to live with it and
adapt.
With it.
It's opportunity to grow.
Unless you're fortunate enough to record on 2-inch tape, And that's always, that's really
Well,
cool.
if you've never done that, you have nothing to draw from, you know.
Yeah, but people, they want to learn. So there's all,
Yeah.
all avenues of learning.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's all
Well, I
out
mean,
there.
there's still plenty of tape recorders and 2-inch tape around,
There
so
are.
you can get a handle on it. It'll all come back around. It always does, you know.
Well, the bigger studios, I know a lot of people that are still using 2-inch tape
Yeah.
because they want the analog sound. You can't beat it.
You know, warm and it moves you.
Yeah.
It really does. I was going to say there was a song that we did. Delaney, one of his great productions of a song called "Do Right Woman,"
Oh, yeah.
and or the original Delaney and Bonnie and Friends, but the strings
Mhm.
and Leon's piano and the placement of it.
Yeah.
Those strings were so moving. I remember the feeling right now, you know, and that was 1969 or something, and I still remember how it just moved me right here. I almost broke down and started crying, you know, so intense.
Well, that continued on. He was still that talented.
Yeah, oh
He was
yeah.
just- He just annoyed the hell out of a lot of people and hurt a
yeah.
lot of people.
He frustrated a lot of people because he was so talented. But that happens with talented people. You know, they tend to frustrate and piss off the people around them. You know, alienate themselves.
Well, that's where I got all my lessons from. That's where
yeah.
I got. That's
Didn't
where
we learn a lot? you know?
everything. For
Yeah.
13 straight years, I ran the studio and recorded everybody. And
Yeah, he was real straightforward about saying you can get an education here. You know, just listen up and listen to what I say.
Yeah.
You know, and you'll learn. And I did. I listened. You know, and I did. I learned a lot. I learned a whole lot about what not to do. You know, and how not to conduct myself. So it was a learning experience from all angles. You know.
right.
And I'm grateful for it, you know, because that's just another something in the well of influence that I have to draw from, and it's a pretty incredible assortment of characters that I have in that well that I can pull from, you know, way on back, a long time.
Do you remember working in the studio with Delaney?
Oh yeah.
And do you remember like how you would go about? I'm sure it stayed the same forever, but do you remember? Can you explain sort of how that would go down?
It was real raw. He definitely was the leader of the band, you know. But I kept I mean, you've got a room and you've got Jim Keltner, Carl Radle, me, Jerry McGee, Leon Russell. You don't really have to tell those players what to play, you know. But he could bring out the best of everyone by the way he approached it, you know.
He didn't have to say anything, or it just people just played the best. He got
Did
the
your
best
part.
out of them.
You know,
It was a strange thing.
that was what we've always done. You know, from a certain era. You know, Stax, Vote. You know, all Chess Records. I mean, all of that. That's really good stuff to bones to have really put together. You know, in my growing.
I don't think Delaney ever really realized his true gift as a teacher. He wanted to be the star.
He wanted to be the big star.
And
you know.
he could have gone to the top and further if he just accepted, you know, his
lot in
talent,
life.
his incredible gift that he had for making people.
I mean, there are many people that just came through. That thing was a revolving door of great talent, but not too many people want to stay around for the lessons to be learned, you know.
No.
And I was out there. I kept my mouth shut except when I was singing, my eyes and ears open, because I knew where I was, and I knew who was coming through, you know, and it was a great learning experience for me. I didn't set out to do anything,
Right.
you know, like be a rock star, any of that. That wasn't what my motive for doing what I was doing. I played and sang. I've always sang and played something, you know, but that's just been my calling. So I never give it a second thought about this is my lot in life. You know, it's just what I do. You know, like painting, I can't explain it. I just do it. You know.
Well, that's your gift, but you recognize that from a very early age.
Yeah, and I learned to let go of it and not try to do anything with it. Just let it nurture itself.
You don't have to; it just flows out of you.
Yeah. It's who I am. You know.
Right.
It's not what I am. Or
Did you
part
ever-
of me. It is me.
Did you ever find anything difficult as far as playing and singing goes?
No, because I wasn't real excited about singing chick parts when I got out there. You know, the do right all and me. You know, I got out there and immediately I'm sleeping on the couch in Hawthorne and singing chick parts. And I left my Stax deal to go out and be with Delaney and Bonnie and start a band, and then I wound up singing chick parts. So I had to really kind of rethink.
That, you know what? That's the way you saw it. In actual fact, it was the tone of your voice that went so well.
We blended.
Yes.
It blended so well that our harmonies were so.
It was a really rich sound.
Yeah. So. I got that later. It was a chore at first, but then I remembered all of my soul brothers in Memphis.
They were
That's right. Dancing and getting all the steps right, you know.
So as far as like when you were working with Delaney, how did the songwriting aspect of that go down?
He had full control of the situation.
Oh.
I just did my part, you know. I knew immediately what I was going to be singing. I knew immediately what I was going to play. I still know, you know. So I hear something.
Well, you say he was in full control of the situation. You mean, because I do know the answers to these because of the nature of my relationship.
He walked in. He was a director right away.
But
the focus was on him.
Songs would just be flowing out.
Yeah, well, I was there.
Delaney.
We were on the road in a bus. And he was sitting right behind the driver. It was right there. And he had a headset on that plugged into the guitar. Mm-hmm. And I could hear him up there. Been high on the road, about 6 months too long. I want you so bad, I can't hardly stand it. I'm so tired, I'm all alone. Gonna soon be together, and baby, that's why I'm coming home to your love. And it's almost like Paperback Writer lick, you know. And I'm sitting there listening to him write this song. I can't hear the guitar. All I can hear is him singing, you know, top of his lungs, you know. And after he hands me the headset, he said, "Listen to this." And so I put the one headset on. He's playing and he's singing. So I witnessed "Coming Home."
That was such a great song.
Yeah, just rock and roll. But that was how things worked, you know. When we were out on the road, I mean, we took advantage of all the situations. And when Rita Coolidge, you know, talking about her dream, you know. And then Delaney and Leon writing Superstar. It was like, in the moment, you know, we're in the moment. That's how those things happened. And there's a creative principle that if you're tapped into it, flows. And if you've got 4 or 5 people that are all dialed in, I mean, you ain't got anything to worry about. All you got to do is hold on, you know.
Right.
That's it.
And that enthusiasm is very catchy, and you just find yourself like getting into it too.
I'm telling you, we did All Things Must Pass record. You know, we hadn't done the Layla record yet. That came after. Right. As a matter of fact, we left the sessions at the end to go and record. You know, but when we're doing that, nobody knew in advance what they were going to play, or you know. We really didn't know what the song was going to be until George played it for us, you know, and then whatever it was that you were going to play came with it. It was like special delivery,
Right. It was the beauty of the spontaneity of the things.
Yeah. And so,
Fresh.
I knew my part, what the instrument was, whether it was going to be pump organ, Hammond B3, grand piano, Wurlitzer, or I knew my role. I already knew my part,
Right,
just
right.
like that.
Well, just on another note, in such a great record and so much feel in that record. And I wanted to mention that, mention the new one that's just been put out. I was totally unaware of the fact that Donnie, who said this himself in an interview, that he had never heard All Things Must Pass. He maybe one or two songs,
Yeah.
but he'd never. So he wouldn't.
It doesn't
even,
surprise me.
He wouldn't even know who the musicians were.
No.
Or what went down. He didn't know anything about it.
No.
So it's kind of like, wow.
They missed one when they didn't ask me because I knew everything, about the
Well, you definitely have a lot of information.
Yeah.
Okay.
More than most folks.
But yeah, that was a bit of a surprise. That when you're going into something and you're remixing and all of that business, that you've never heard the thing before.
No.
That seems like something.
They didn't really list everybody as they were going along, They didn't
like,
keep track of all that because we were playing and playing.
If I was going to remix something, I'd certainly want to know the history of it.
Yeah.
Because it'd be totally embarrassing if I didn't.
Yeah, well,
For anybody, it would be. I mean, you'd just be going through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll do another something. That would be great, wouldn't it? If they.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm sitting right here now and we're talking about all this, because I'm the one that's got the information. They were saying something to me that one of the people and the producers, and they said, well, Ringo doesn't remember anything, and neither did Klaus did that because they weren't there for everything. So if you weren't there, you wouldn't have anything to remember.
There were two different things that were going on in the beginning. The demos.
Yeah.
Where they were.
I wasn't at the.
And then the actual recording.
Yeah, I wasn't a part of the demos.
Right. So you didn't know anything about that.
No, I didn't know anything.
All
about
you knew
that.
is what you knew.
Huh?
All you knew was.
Yeah,
my
part in it.
Right.
That's all I knew. And there was some other stuff, that we did that was way cool. I got to hear it, and I was excited about hearing it.
Yeah, definitely.
But all this, it all was history,
Well, let me just say that also that it was a big learning experience for us because this is all brand new, and there's been a lot of talk about, like all the new sounds and the new thing.
Yeah.
The thing is like, keep creating and put out whatever you want to put out. Don't think that this is the end of sounds, okay? And this is the way
to do it. All of this audio thing, it's always growing and changing, from the old wind-up phonographs and, the thing that Edison had, the very first one, shaped like a cone like this, But
right.
All that's changing. If music might be the same, like all my music will always be like soul music, even if it's beautiful ballads, it's soul music. But
well, I mean, if people are out there and they think that they're sitting on something that's great, I say work with it.
Yeah.
Do the best you can to get it out there because nobody knows what a hit is going to be.
No.
That right there has not changed.
Make a huge difference and sway and
the same with sound. Don't give up. I mean, this is where we're at because we're.
It was opportunity to learn,
Absolutely, everything.
I had my doors. I didn't realize they were closed. But they were, and I didn't realize what I didn't know until I was made aware of it. And then, wow, it's not an error in judgment. It's a learning experience presented to you right here, right now. 73 years old, and I'm got something brand new. Wow, that's pretty dang cool if you ask me.
Right. I mean, we didn't know how things work. Now we do, because we haven't been in that loop.
Yeah, well, so it gives you an opportunity to expand your imagination and your whole experience. Just
Exactly.
Your sonic, and for me, it's like sonic and visual are pretty much synonymous. I see things.
Yeah, well, that's a big part of selling a record is putting videos out. And, I guess a lot of people do already know all this stuff, but there is a sequence of things that have to go down to get your record out.
I never knew that.
There's a sequence.
Like in the beginning, it's like you just pay the DJ off a little bit.
Well, things that, I mean, where you're at, you're like old days. Payola. Payola was the thing.
It used to be payola. And then they wiped that out. And,
well, it was illegal.
Yeah, a friend of mine, George Klein, he had to do a little time for payola. 5 years and
jeez.
Yeah, for Elvis. Payola stuff with Elvis.
Oh man.
Oh hell, but
George passed
anything
away for
last
Elvis.
year,
He would do anything for Elvis.
Oh yeah, he would. Elvis got him a new nose. He did.
Oh my God. Got him a new nose. Yeah. And a new car, probably.
Oh,
a new nose. He's a lovely guy.
George is a lovely guy. He's I gotta have some tea, and he'd reach down under the thing, had a big flask full of vodka, That was his tea.
He was interesting, to say the least. But anyway, so as far as we're discussing this record of ours, if you want to learn how to put a record out, all you got to do is Google. We didn't have Google before.
No,
you didn't have.
Amazing, all this information is available.
You didn't have avenues of finding a way to do this sort of stuff. Now we do.
Yeah, I got to confess, I'm lazy on taking.
Even you're learning.
On the intake, the learning.
That's all right.
Thing, I'm a little bit. I don't get it,
The thing is about one thing that never changes in this industry is no one knows what a hit record's going to be. So you could very well be sitting on your own hit record and you don't know it. So don't give up. I don't care how.
No, we did Never Ending Song of Love with Delaney and Bonnie and Mia. Playing our laps and clapping and
you recorded that in the house, right?
Yeah, recorded it in the house, on a cassette recorder.
And I was in England, and when the Eurythmics came out with the first little 8, what is it called? My mind's just gone. It was a Tascam 88.
Yeah, I remember when they did their record with it.
They did the record on it.
They sure did.
It changed the world of music. So
sure did.
You never know.
I couldn't operate one of those either,
I know you can't.
It sounded bad. I got a big box still of those tapes. It sounded,
A 1/4-inch tape?
Cassette.
1/2-inch tape.
My old cassette box. Old cassette
you can run
stuff.
a cassette machine.
Well, there was some of I had a little mixer, and
the thing about the analog that was so frustrating is that whenever you did overdubs, you'd always get that
you lose it and
hiss.
you lose it. And
you gain more hiss, and that's what was so beautiful about the digital is that you never got that, and so you have.
I remember
points and bad points.
It was like 1969, and DMB was with Electra Asylum.
Yeah.
And Jack Holzman was the boss man, and Delaney threatened to kill him.
My God.
If he didn't have those records in Randolph, Mississippi by morning or something. It was like, oh my goodness. But I remember that it had Judy Collins and a record they put this Dolby on,
Yeah, Dolby.
And it just completely masked the band.
Wow.
It made it real clean. I remember that happening when I said, wow. She was like one of the very first ones,
Yeah. But,
again, they did all that, started cleaning things up. And
yeah. I wouldn't write off even digital. It had made our worlds a whole lot easier in a lot of ways. The only thing that is really missing is like the depth, and that's big.
Yeah.
So, we try to work our way around that the best we can.
It all breathes, music, breathes.
What can you do? It's the same way with photography.
Yeah.
Digital photography and anything digital is just.
What I'm hearing now with modern sound it's just all real flat, you know.
That's the thing. It's
It's
got
just flat,
no
you know.
no
It's
depth.
no depth, like a photo that's a flat photo, no depth at all.
Yeah,
You know,
it's a big.
it all has to do
That's
with the
why vinyl.
perception of a photographer, you know.
This is why vinyl has become popular again, and like I said, I'm just not gonna just say, well, that's it. I'm done for.
No, hell no. It's all steps along the way.
I still think you can make great records.
Yeah, and
you can learn a
We're
whole
making
lot.
a great record. We're just about finished now. Well, it's all.
But here's another little trick that people are doing, and this is the bigger artists. They put out a single, like every month. So throughout the year, they put out a single, and then at the end of the year, they put out a record.
What a great idea!
So it's giving people new, innovative ideas as to how to make money, how to stream, and actually get something out of it.
Yeah.
And by the way, the Spotify guy, he bought
He
the
didn't
algorithm
invent it.
from a couple of nerds from a university that created that whole thing. So Mr. Smarty Pants from Spotify actually bought that thing, and he didn't create it himself.
No.
You know, but
So your respect level can.
my respect
vary.
level went down a little bit. He's the one that said we're
Just
all lazy.
another dude with money, you know.
Musicians are all lazy. Well, we could actually do more. We could. That comment really upset me, but we can do more.
Yeah.
You can do more, and you can do a whole lot better.
Yeah.
Everybody out there, if you want to make the change, obviously
Be a part of it.
you have to.
Yeah.
You know.
You're gonna make a change.
What was that?
Make a change.
Make a change.
Yeah.
All right, everybody,
Keep
make a
going.
change.
Yeah. We'll see you later.